VE1NET link on.
VE1DR uplinking Moncton. Good evening, all. This is Victor Echo 1 Delta Romeo with the Westcumb 2-meter Monday night net for the 18th day of October 2021. As we carry on with the new season of 2021-22, we'll continue to honor the late Rick Sullivan, Victor Echo 9 Romeo Whiskey Sierra, by dedicating this net to his memory and in appreciation for his decades as service as net controller. This net meets every Monday evening at 2000 hours, and it is a social net, so please direct all traffic through the net controller. All amateurs are welcome and encouraged to check in. A couple of announcements. The club website is the www.maritimeamateur.ca and www.westcumb.ca. Exercise Handshake will be coming up this following week on the 28th of October. It's not this week, but next week. And VE1 Echo Charlie, VE1 Echo Charlie, Craig will be your VHF host. The weekly Maritime Fusion net is on every Wednesday evening at 1900 hours. Everyone who is C4FM capable is welcome. Nothing else in my protocol here this morning. So I will I'll mark down VE1WIN here and call him in a second, and then we'll entertain some more callers. VE1WIN, VE1 Delta Romeo. Good evening, Peter.
Connecting to Echo Link VE1WIN. Connected.
VE1WIN, VE1 Delta Romeo. Good evening, Peter. Go ahead.
Good evening, Bob. Good evening, all. Quiet day around the house here today. Did some housework, and that was about it. So, closed up the cottage a week ago tomorrow, and other than that, Bob, not too much. Looking forward to getting back to next spring. So there you go. With that, back to you there, Bob. And I missed going to the meeting. So since they don't have it on Zoom anymore, I can't join in the meeting. So there you go. So back to you there, Bob, and everyone have a great day, great evening, and a great week coming up.
VE1WIN, VE1 Delta Romeo. Thank you, Peter. Appreciate your check-in. And yes, it's time for closing the cottages. It's not going to be long before the frosts are going to sneak in and pick up the water systems if they're not drained properly. You have a great week, and we'll look forward to hearing you on the Wake Up Net in the morning. We are open for general calls. Come now.
Victor Echo 1 Zulu Bravo Foxtrot. Victor Echo 9 Papa Kilo Victor.
Victor Echo 1 Bravo India Charlie.
E9 Delta Whiskey Juliet.
Charlie Lima.
Alrighty, we'll hold it right here. We've got a big run here. VE1 Zulu Bravo. Good evening, Mike. VE1 Delta Romeo.
Delta Romeo, VE1 Zulu Bravo. Good evening, Bob, and good evening to everybody on frequency. I usually like to wait until you hit a slow spot there, but there is a correction there. It's Craig, VE1 Delta Sierra from Antigonish, who is going to be net control for 2 meters on Exercise Handshake next week. So, anyways, I just wanted to get that corrected before somebody started asking questions. Hi. Anyways, you had quite a run there, so maybe that's the beginning of a really good net. So we'll be listening and And thanks for checking me in, VE1 Zulu Bravo.
VE1 Zulu Bravo, VE1 Delta Romeo. Thank you. Appreciate that correction, Mike. I had the wrong Craig. I had that ECC on my mind. So anyway, that has been looked after, and so all is well with the world. Thank you for the check-in, sir, and I hope that goes well tonight. BY2 Golf Foxtrot. Good evening, George. VE1 Delta Romeo.
Good evening, Bob, and everybody on the net. I'm on the Charlottetown repeater. Well, the big news is I got my flu shot today. Anyway, other than that, nothing much going on, and we look forward to the net next Monday. Victory Yankee 2 Golf Foxtrot.
VE1 Golf Fox, VE1 Delta Romeo. Thank you, George. Appreciate your check-in. You have a great evening and a great week, and we'll probably hear from you in the morning. VE9 PKV. Good evening, Praveen. VE1 Delta Romeo.
VE1 Delta Romeo, this is Victor Echo 9, Papa Kilo Victor, Praveen, speaking from Sackville and coming in through the Amherst repeater. You're doing a super job as usual. Good to hear your voice all the time. No traffic, 73 to all on the frequency, 73 to you also.
VE9 PKV, VE1 Delta Romeo. Thank you, Vivian. Appreciate your check-in as well. We're going to add you to what hopefully is going to be a long list. And we'll hear from you in the morning, no doubt. VE1 BIC, good evening again, Ron, or not good evening again, it was afternoon when we spoke. Go ahead, VE1 Delta Romeo.
VE1WIN. Disconnected.
VE1 Delta Romeo from Ron, VE1 Bravo India Charlie. Yeah, good evening there, Bob. Yeah, it was nice talking to you this afternoon there as well. Just for those listening in, one of our club members from the past, Charles, Victor Echo 1, Charlie Papa India is in the area for a couple of days, so he's got a radio. Hopefully he'll check in a bit later on, say hi to everybody. He's back in Ottawa right now, but he's down here for a couple of days. Anyway, nothing much else to report, Bob. 7-3 to all, and back to you, VE1 DR, VE1 BIC.
VE1 BIC, VE1 Delta Romeo. Thank you, Ron. Appreciate your check-in, and I'm glad you repeated that announcement. I'm sure there'll be a few people interested in meeting with those folks at some point. You have a great evening and a great week coming up. Successful in all things. VE9 DWJ. Good evening, Dave.
Good evening to you, Bob. VE1 DR, VE9 DWJ. Good to hear everybody on there this evening, and you're sounding right chipper tonight, so that's great. Anyway, just another bean for the pot. Thanks for calling me in. Wash your hands and play safe. VE1 DR, VE9 DWJ.
VE9 DWJ, VE1 DR. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. Chipper is not exactly the way I feel, but we try to put up a good front. Anyway, thank you, Dave, for the check-in, and we'll likely hear from you in the morning as well. VE9 WCL. Good evening, Wayne. VE1 Delta Romeo.
VE1 DR, VE9 WCL. Good evening. I'm not usually on this net there. I think it's the first time. Well, maybe not the first, but I don't check in very often. I want to say 7-3 to everybody that can hear me. Other than that, well, VE9LEN there, my friend that comes with me at the wharf in the morning, helped me with my VHF antenna. He worked on it, and it works good, and it's more solid than it was. He did a good job. And other than that, I got no other traffic. Just wash your hand and wear your mask, because it's like a World War III right now. That's what's going on in New Brunswick. Anyway, 732 all, VE9WCL.
VE9 WCL, VE1 Delta Romeo. Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate your check-in. Yeah, I've got a VHF antenna on my truck, a mag mount, and had a bit of bad luck with it. I took it off the roof and stuck it on the side of the truck. I didn't realize I'd stuck it on the door rather than on the side of the truck, and so when I opened the door, I tore it right off the coax. So anyway, I tried to repair it, but it's history. So I got another mag mount replacement. It's just a matter of getting the coax pulled through. Anyway, Wayne, you have a great evening, and we'll hear from you in the morning. We are looking for more callers. This is VE1 Delta Romeo, Bob in Pugwash Junction, and we're looking for callers for the 18th day of oh my word, October. How soon they forget. Come now.
Victor Echo 1, Charlie Papa India.
Charlie.
Echo 1, Sierra Mobile.
Alrighty, we'll hold her here. We have Victor Echo 1 Sierra. I misspoke there earlier, Craig, so go ahead.
Me and Bob, thanks for doing that. Now we're just on our way home from Halifax and heard you on the backbone. Thought we'd give you another bean for your pot. Have yourself a great evening and say 73 VE1DSS.
VE1 DSS, VE1 Delta Romeo. Roger, yeah, I was advertising the handshake for next Tuesday, and I mentioned another Craig rather than DSS, so Mike was kind enough to correct me on that, so everything is right with the world. You have a great evening and safe motoring, sir. VE1 CPI, VE1 Delta Romeo.
VE1 Delta Romeo, VE1 Charlie Papa India. Greetings to all. It's been a while, returning from 3 years overseas. Nothing quite like getting back to Canada, and even better, getting back to Nova Scotia, my true home. While I will be operating out of the land of VE3 for the next little while, it's still great to come home, connect with friends, family, and, you know, hamming it up with all the best of you. So anyone who wants to meet up tomorrow, I'll be checking out Tim Hortons on South Albion around 9:30-ish, and possibly again in the afternoon, but I think we're going to be heading back to Halifax area later tomorrow night. So if anyone does want to get a hold of me, they can get a hold of me directly or through Ron Bickle, Jim Langell. They both have my direct contact info and can get me on the sidelines if you don't have me. Otherwise, guys, great to be back. Love to hear the net and look forward to getting back into ham radio once I get my new place set up and running. Back to you, VE1 CPI signing off, VE1 DR.
VE1 CPI, VE1 Delta Romeo. I appreciate your check-in, and although we haven't met, VE1 BIC broadcast the fact that you were in the area and would meet with folks. And also Jim, VE1 JBL, sent out an email earlier and giving the same information. So I hope you're able to meet up with a few, and I hope future goes well for you. Thank you for the check-in, and I'll put you on my spreadsheet here because I suspect that you are going to become a frequent flyer at some point in time. Best 73. VE1 BTC. Good evening, Brendan. VE1 Delta Romeo.
VE1 Delta Romeo, VE1 BTC. Well, very good evening there, Bob. Good evening to everybody else on frequency. Good to hear you back in the Monday night net controller chair. It's always a pleasure hearing you on. And like I said this morning, you're one of the
You're one of the better hams that I had the pleasure of. Well, I never met you face to face before, but talked to you over the air a great number of times, and you do a bang up job. Let me tell you, there, Bob. I had 35 of my net this morning, so that's pretty good for Monday morning. Everybody's smelling the coffee and getting up and going for a chat on the radio. Anyway, sir, I won't keep you there. I gotta get out of here and do a couple more dishes before I decide to fall over and go to sleep for the night. You have a good one, Bob, and we'll talk to you again. VE1 Delta Romeo, VE1 BTC. We're off and clear. Take care, Bob. 7-3.
VE1 BTC, VE1 Delta Romeo. Thank you for the check-in, Brendan. Thank you for the kind words. But we always got to keep in mind that there are 4 net controllers on the wake-up, and I think 4 or 5 on the Monday night net, and every one of them have as good a work ethic as I have. So it's maybe not fair to single one out. However, I do appreciate your comments. You have a great night, and we'll hear from you in the morning. We're looking for another caller, number 11.
Victor Echo 1 Bravo Kilo. Victor Echo 1 Foxtrot Sierra Mike. 1 Juliet Whiskey.
Okay, we'll hold her with 3 here. I'm a little doubtful about the first one. I copied, there was a bit of noise come in, but I copied VE1 Delta Kilo. If that's correct, go ahead. If not, correct me and I'll make a change. This is VE1 Delta Romeo.
Sorry about that. Bravo Kilo. My mistake, and correct. Bravo is in bad boy, I guess. VE1 BK. Sorry about the mix-up.
No problem. Probably my mistake more than yours, Charlie. And by the way, that's not bad, kid. That's Brave Night. Remember this morning I mentioned that? Anyway, sir, you have a great night, and check us in the morning throughout the week. VE1 FSM. Good evening, Frank. VE1 Delta Romeo.
VE1 Delta Romeo, Victor Echo 1 Foxtrot Sierra Mike. Good evening. You and everybody on net. Just sitting here having a late supper. Finished up. Just sat back down with my cup of tea. Figured we better pop in and say hello and give you a mark for the book. No particular traffic to pass. Just a check mark. With that, we'll turn it back over to you. VE1 Delta Romeo, VE1 FSM.
VE1 FSM, VE1 Delta Romeo. For some reason or other, I thought maybe I had misspoke. That's why the pause there. I was looking down my spreadsheet, but I had it correct, Frank. You have a good night as well, and we'll hear from you in the morning if you're able. VE1 Juliet Whiskey. Good evening, Eric. VE1 Delta Romeo.
Good evening, Bob. I thought I should maybe check into this net now that some of my family's a member of your club up there and whatnot, so I thought maybe I should check in. Nothing too startling happening over here, I guess. I've been just playing on HF with FT8 lately. I got a new beam up this fall, so we're having lots of fun with that and playing around. Other than that, nothing too exciting. Oh, by the way, Brian, B1IQ has tried to check in a couple times, so you might grab him maybe after me if you don't have any more on your list or at the end of your list. He's tried a couple times, but like me, I did too. I just got lucky this time. Didn't get stepped on. And coming in through the from home through the Sand River repeater above. V1 JW.
VE1 JW, VE1 Delta Romeo. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate your check-in. Sound good on Sand River. No problem at all. Has your family moved into the Amherst area, or are they still in the process of moving?
process. My sister and her husband are there now, but probably next year, I think some of them might be there. All of them by the next year for sure, but I think my sister and her son might be there next year. Steve's got another year to work, so he may do the commute thing. Come down and visit and go back to work for a little bit and then come back down again. So it depends on how it goes, but I think by next summer there will be at least some of them there. That's the best I can guess. Not getting a firm answer from them, but that's the best I can guess about V1JW.
Roger, roger. I expect you'll be burning a lot of trails back and forth from the valley up to Amherst, and that'll be great stuff. Nice to have a family handy. And I understand one or two of them, or three perhaps, are amateurs, and we'll likely hear them on the net in the morning when they get settled. Best MH3, Eric, and we'll hear from you when you're able. VU1IQ, good evening, Brian. VU1 Delta Romeo.
VU1DR, VU1 India, Quebec. I hope I got this thing set up right here, Bob. I'm on Sand River, same as Eric was, but anyway, just sitting here reading some stuff on the computer and listening to the net here. Maybe we'll catch you in the morning. VE1 India, Quebec.
VE1IQ, VE1 Delta Romeo, thank you for the check-in. Brian, Eric gave me a heads up on you. He said you'd been trying to check in, and I never got a whisper from you. So anyway, we'll credit Eric for that. You have a great night, Best 73, and we'll hear from you in the morning. We are looking for some more callers. This is VU1 Delta Romeo, Bob in Pugwash Junction, and this is the WARC Monday Night Net for the 18th day of October. Any more callers? Come now.
89 Victor Echo Alpha.
9 Papa Alpha Lima.
Victor Echo 1, Kilo Echo Victor. Victor Echo 9, Mike Tango Victor.
Okay, we're going to hold it here. We've got 3 9-landers, and we've got 1 KEV, and there was another one there between PAL and KEV. All I got was VE1. Try that one again, please.
VE1 Zulu Sierra.
That would be the one. VE9 VEA. Good evening, Vern. VE1 Delta Romeo.
VE1 Delta Romeo, Monday night, Westcumb, for the Rick Sullivan Memorial Net. Anyhow, Bob, we've been riding along with you here for a bit. We had an awful time to get connected up tonight. I don't know what goes on some nights. Last week, one hit of the DTMF and she connected. Tonight I had to pound the keys about 20 times here before I get that thing to work. So, it was late starting too. So, but anyhow, better late than never. We made it after a fashion. It's too bad the darn thing wouldn't connect as easy as it disconnects, Bob. It works one shot, disconnect, and away we go. Well, we'll get her figured out one of these days. Anyhow, that's enough foolishness out of me for the night, Bob, and thanks for doing the net. Thanks for calling us in. And we wish all fine, outstanding, upstanding hams on frequency a fantastic evening, what's left of it, and a great wake-up call tomorrow. 7-3s to all, 88s to ladies, especially with eating the scanner and the shortwave lister. We'll turn it back to you. V1 Delta Romeo, net control, V9 Victor Echo Alpha, Vern, the big area of northeast New Brunswick, Trackety, Shiloh in particular. 7-3s all around, 7-3s, Bob, bye-bye.
VE9 VEA, VE1 Delta Romeo, thank you. Vern, I appreciate your check-in. You have a great night, and we'll hear from you next Monday for sure, and perhaps we might hear from you one of those mornings if you check in on the morning wake-up. Best 73. B9PAL, good evening, Paul. B1 Delta Romeo.
B1 Delta Romeo, this is VE9PAL. How you doing there, Bob, Kevin, Mike, and everybody else on the net? Yeah, she's not 10 degrees here in Irishtown. Dark as black can be. You can tell that it's the fall there. The leaves are all beautiful. Anyway, no traffic here. You guys all have a great week and a safe week. Take care of yourselves. B9PAL.
B9PAL, B1 Delta Romeo. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate your checking. I just took a gander at my my temperature here just now, and it's just a good fat 10 degrees. So it's almost 11 degrees, and it's very calm. But it's full overcast here in Progress Junction. You have a great night, Paul, and check with Al in the morning. The guy coming up will be your net controller tomorrow morning. That's 73. BU1 Zulu Sierra. Good grief, as many times as I call you, Al. BU1 Delta Romeo, go ahead.
1 Delta Romeo on the Monday Night Net, V1ZS. All right, Bob, that's fine. You're doing a fine job tonight. You're zooming right along. I hope it keeps that way for the full hour. You might set a new record. And we will definitely make a point of calling you tomorrow morning. Same time, same station. Have a good net, Bob. V1 Delta Romeo on the ZS. Off and clear, but listening.
B1ZS, B1 Delta Romeo, thank you, Al. No, I won't be around in the morning. I'm going to be hustling around getting some breakfast and getting ready to go on the road. I'm going to head out of here about probably 7:15 or so. So we'll talk to you on Wednesday for sure. Best 73, BE1 KEV. Good evening, Kevin. BE1 Delta Romeo.
Yeah, very good evening, Bob. V1 Delta Romeo, V1 Kilo Echo Victor. Very good evening, and Al and Frank and all the rest of the gang there that checked in with you there tonight. Good, great sounding net, that's for sure. And yeah, we're still sitting at 10 degrees here in Amherst as well. And on a bad evening, I suppose. Good evening to be on the radio, that's for sure, and hang out in the shack there. So that's it from here, Bob. Thank you very much for calling me in, 7-3, and have yourself a great evening there and a great week. B1 Delta Romeo, B1 KEV.
B1 KEV, B1 Delta Romeo. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate your check-in, as always. And you have a great night as well. VE9 MTV. Good evening, Mike. VE1 Delta Romeo.
V1DR, VE9 MTV. Good evening there, Bob, and everybody else on the net. Paul, there's just ahead of me there, and started to rain there about supper time, and still 10 degrees here, but humid. It's probably still raining out there. Anyway, had a pretty good day there. A little bit of chores outside there, and just in time before the rain, so we're all set. Anyway, have a good week, and thanks for calling me in and doing the net there, Bob. Back to you. Have a good net. VE1DR, VE9 MTV.
VE9 MTV, VE1 Delta Romeo. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate your check-in, and you have a great night as well. Now, we will look for some more callers. It is, let's see, what time is it? Oh, it's right on 30 minutes after the hour. Any more callers? Come out. I think there was some audio in there, but a lot of noise. You might try that again, please.
That station was VE9 Charlie Whiskey.
Oh, okay, Al, thank you. VE9 Charlie Whiskey, you're pretty well covered up there, but give it a go. VE1 Delta Romeo.
very good evening to you, Bob. Bob, and to all present on the net. I want to thank you for being net tonight. Well, Bob, it was a beautiful day here at the CCH show. There's no saying about that. With that, have a good night and a great rest of the week. Victor Echo 9 Charlie Whiskey, 73 from Igloo Hotel.
B9CW, V1 Delta Romeo. Thank you, Daryl. A little bit sketchy on the receive, but we got a bit of your transmission there, and best 73 to you as well. And we're looking for some more callers.
VE9 November Whiskey.
Echo 1 Whiskey Alpha Bravo.
Alpha 1 Bravo India Lima.
Alrighty, we'll hold it with 3, VE9 November Whiskey. Good evening, sir. Go ahead. This is VE1 Delta Romeo.
VE1 Delta Romeo, VE9 November Whiskey. My name is Shield. Golf India Lima Echo Sierra. I'm located in Merrimack, New Brunswick, halfway between Moncton and Nova Scotia border. Nothing to report. I was just put the radio on and I heard your net, so I decided to give you a number. 73s, and you have a great day and a great week. 73s, VE9 November Whiskey.
VE9 November Whiskey. Thank you, Gilly. Appreciate your check-in, and you have a great day. Great night, and a day is just about shot. And we'll hear from you possibly next Monday evening. VE9 WAB, VE1 Delta Romeo.
That's Victor Echo 1 Whiskey Alpha Bravo. First check-in in a long, long time. Got the gear back together. And happy to be on the air. Nothing really to report other than trying to get some old gear functioning again. And losing a lot of sweat in the process, but we're getting there. So I'll hand it back to you, VE1 WAB on the side.
VE1 WAB, VE1 Delta Romeo. Thank you. Appreciate your check-in there, Adam. I have you on the list here, so we must have crossed swords at one point. Thank you for the check-in, and you have a great night. VA1 BIL. Good evening, Bill. VA1 Delta Romeo.
Delta Romeo, VA1 BIL. Good evening, Bob, and everyone on the net here. I almost forgot the net. Signals are coming in very well here just west of Kingston in the valley here through the Sand River repeater. So stay 7th Street, everybody, and hope everybody has a great rest of the week. VA1 BIL.
VA1 BIL, VA1 Delta Romeo. Thank you, Bill. And yeah, that Sand River repeater seemed to be serving that area quite well. I had 2 check-ins over using that this evening. You have a great night, and best 73. We are looking for number 24. Come now.
VE1 HUL.
1 VAI.
Okay, we're going to hold with 3 here. I have HUL, Dave, and but just before HUL, there was another caller there that was a little bit garbled. Come, try again, please.
Echo 1, Victor Alpha India.
Victor Echo 1, VAI, VE1 Delta Romeo. Good evening, sir. Go ahead.
Delta Romeo, V1 VAI. Good evening. Name here is Pierre. Other than Lance, not much happening. I just thought I'd check in, give you an extra number.
VE1 VAI. Good evening, Pierre. Appreciate your check-in. I have you on the list here, so I either spoke with you earlier, or perhaps I poached you from one of the other net controllers. I'm in habit of doing that. You have a great night, and we'll hear from you in the morning. Well, maybe not in the morning, but maybe next Monday. VE1 H2L. Good evening, Dave. VE1 Delta Romeo.
Good evening, Bob, and all those on the net. Kind of a fallish fall day today in the Truro area. Anyways, it was dark and gloomy, and the sun peeking out every so often, and that wind was certainly chilly today. That's for sure. I guess fall is here, and not much we can do about it. And I was just outside, and the moon peeking through the clouds made for some interesting pictures this evening. So good to get out day or night, I guess. Anyways, not much else to report, Bob. We'll be heading over to the cemetery there probably in the next day or two to do a little bit of a fall tune-up, probably the last one before winter sets in, but just enough to make it look nice for the rest of the season, I guess. Anyways, we'll say 7-3 to yourself and all those on the net, and everybody have a great week. VE1 HUL, over.
VE1 HUL, VE1 Delta Romeo. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate your check-in. Yes, I have to visit the local cemetery here and bring the flowers home from Florence's monument. And I'm going to have to get her some new ones next year. These are getting pretty well beat up. They're a couple of years old. Anyway, we'll probably be dealing with that in the next 2 or 3 days. You have a great day, a great night, and check with us in the morning if you're so inclined. Now, there was another caller after VE1 HUL. I know there was audio in there, but it was quite badly garbled. Try that one again, please.
Victor Echo 1 Alpha Sierra.
VE1 AS. Good evening, Terry. VE1 Delta Romeo.
Evening, Bob. I tried to check in to be your number 24, but a couple of other people, I guess, beat me to it. So every bean counts. Currently here on the water, it's 11 degrees, going down supposedly to 8, which isn't all that bad, as long as there's no heavy winds. But a lot of the leaves are, the maple trees are getting stripped pretty easily. We'll say good evening to everyone else that's checked in tonight or waiting to check in, and thank you for being net control tonight. Back to you.
VE1 AS, VE1 Delta Romeo. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate your check-in. Yeah, my Carpathian walnut, it's usually the first one to lose its leaves. It's lost quite a few. And also the horse chestnut, it's beginning to lose a lot. And they're all residing on my roof. And some of them in the rain gutter where they've been growing. Actually, I'm going to have somebody look after that. I don't do rain gutters anymore. Thank you, Terry, and we'll hear from you in the morning, no doubt. We are now nicely into that big money column, as I like to say, so we're looking for some more callers.
Alpha 1, Tango, India, Mike.
Victor Echo 9, Oscar, Sierra, Kilo.
VE1 TIM, VE1 Delta Romeo. Go ahead.
Victor Alpha 1, Tango India Mike. Thanks for calling me in, Bob. I'm calling in from Fort Ellis. I'm actually portable, and a while ago I was pedestrian portable. I tried to get you with the rubber duck, but I couldn't get in, so I've screwed onto my, still got portable, but I screwed onto my J-pole, so hopefully I'm coming in now. Anyways, 73 all on frequency tonight. The pedestrian portable part, I gotta say, is a lovely night for a walk. There's another fellow who's been trying to get in, VA1 Mike Delta. Anyways, hopefully you heard him this time around. Anyways, back to you, 73, VA1 TIM, clear.
VA1 TIM, VA1 Delta Romeo. Thanks for the check-in, Tim. Appreciate it. And you have a great night as well. Yeah, I'll look after that Mike Kilo there in a second. I have V9 OSK. Good evening, sir. VE1 Delta Romeo.
VE1 Delta Romeo, VE9 Oscar Sierra Kilo. Good evening, Bob, and everybody on the net tonight. Just want to give you a check-in. We're in Dieppe, and I'm at home in Dieppe. Name is Oscar, of course, OSK, and that's about it from here. Victor Echo 9 Oscar Sierra Kilo, 73s, and thanks for calling me in.
VE9 OSK. Thank you, Oscar. Appreciate your check-in. You have a great night, and check with us whenever you're able. For sure, next Monday. VA1, Mike Kilo. Good evening, Malcolm. VA1 Delta Romeo.
Bob, it's, yeah, Malcolm, it's Victor Alpha 1.
Yeah, I screwed that up. It's a Delta, Mike Delta. Go ahead. You're a bit covered up with some noise there, but try again there, Malcolm. VA1 Mike Delta, VA1 Delta Romeo. Okay, I guess we lost Malcolm. Perhaps he'll try later on. We are looking for some more calls. It is 17 minutes to the hour.
Victor Echo 9, Juliet Charlie Tango.
VE9 JCT. Good evening, Jean-Claude. VE1 Delta Romeo.
Yeah, very good evening to you, Bob, and all on net. A whole bunch here again tonight. That's good. Yeah, thinking of Rick there. You mentioned his name at the starting the net, RWS. Yeah, good memories. Anyway, not much to say really. It's nice weather. 11 degrees right now, and overall was a nice day. Another one, we'll take it. Another one and another one, why not? And rain with that, so once in a while we have rain, and then it's kind of nice, so can't complain. Anyway, carry on, 732 all from Shediac, New Brunswick, and back to net control, V9JCT.
V9 JCT, VE1 Delta Romeo. Thank you, Jean-Claude. Yes, I remember Rick very well. We met numerous times, and of all the members in our club, I think there are only 5 or 6 or 7 that I've actually sit down and had a conversation with, and fortunately for me, Rick was one of them. He was a fine gentleman. I always enjoyed him. You have a great night, sir, and check with us in the morning. B9 Zulu Sierra will be on in the morning. His regular day on Tuesday. We are looking for number 31.
Victor Echo 9, Golf Kilo.
V9 Golf Kilo. Good evening, Glenn. V1 Delta Romeo.
Good evening, Bob, and everybody else on the net. No real traffic, and just following along in the net tonight and enjoying the net. So with that, I'll say 73s, and this is the E9GK.
B9GK, B1 Delta Romeo. That B9GK kind of strikes a chord with me. One of my good friends, now late, Silent Key, was the BE1 Golf Kilo. He lived up in Claremont, just outside Spring Hill a ways, and he was a Glen as well. And now another friend has taken over his call sign, and it's kind of hard to get used to, but sometimes I hear Rick using that call sign. Great memories. Glenn Wallace and I had some very interesting conversations. This is E1 Delta Romeo. We are looking for some more callers.
Delta Hotel Echo, Dean.
B9 Delta Hotel Echo, B1 Delta Romeo. I don't have you on the list here, so if you wouldn't mind giving me your first name, I'll add you after the net. That's B9 DHC, B1 Delta Romeo.
I just moved to the Campbellton area, and so all my hand stuff is in the garage. Just using a handheld with a little aerial, 4.5 aerial. 5 watts. So I'm in the Campbellton area. My name is Dean, DE9, Victor Echo 9, Delta Hotel Echo. Dean, thank you for listening.
B9 DHE, and what was the name there? I missed it.
Dean. Dean? DE like Dean Martin. Back to you.
B1 DHE, B1 Delta Romeo. I hope you're as rich as Dean Martin was. Thank you for the check-in, and I understand you're just new in the area and just getting set up, and so we're on every Monday night from 8 till 9 o'clock local, 2000 hours through 21, and we would welcome your caller whenever you have a chance. You have a great night, and hopefully we'll hear from you. We also have the wake-up net in the morning if you're able to get into it, and it's on from 7:30 to 8:30 on a lot of local repeaters, including Moncton, a new setup that we just recently got hooked up with Moncton. So you might be able to make a connection through that. We are looking for number 33. Come now.
Connecting to Echolink VE1WSR. Connected.
Victor Echo 1 Zulu X-ray.
VE1WSR. Disconnected.
Echo 1 Foxtrot Oscar X-ray.
Disconnected.
Victor Yankee 2 Bravo India Tango.
Already, but hold her here. Somebody was on Echolink there, but he didn't hang around for a call, so we'll go to Brad. B1 Zulu X-ray. Good evening, Brad. B1 Delta Romeo. How are things in Two Islands?
V1 Delta Romeo with the Rick Sullivan Memorial Net. Very good evening, Bob. Curtis. Quite a few checking in on your net there, Bob. Good to see. It's 10 above here. And we had pretty much the same weather here. A little bit of shower and a little bit of sunshine all day. I see 2 or 3 of the lobster boats out there tonight there. Got the Minas Basin lit up a bit. Good to see them out there. They just started hauling on the 15th there, so should be able to get a fresh feed of lobsters there after a little bit. Thanks, Bob, for doing the net, and thanks for checking me in. V1 Delta Romeo, V1 Zulu X-ray, Brad and Two Island, Petersburg.
B1 ZX, B1 Delta Romeo. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate your check-in. It must be really scenic when the fishing boats are out there and got the place all lit up. It'd be quite something to see, I'm sure. You have a great night, Brad, and we'll likely hear from you in the morning. B1 FOX. Good evening, Curtis. B1 Delta Romeo.
Good evening, Bob. D1 Delta Romeo. with Rick Sullivan's Memorial Net, Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot Oscar X-ray here in 3 Mile Plains. Well, by golly, look, I tell you, we had a great day today, Bob. I saw it nice and sunny out there. I don't know, we got up around about 16, 17 degrees, so that wasn't too bad. Holding 11 degrees right now out there, so by gosh, yeah, just up on the other net talking to the boys up on the other frequency, I should say, talking on the HF radio there, and then you came down, I was on another net, now I'm coming over on this one, so we got to get back over on the other one because they have the second round, so there you go. Anyway, Bob, sounding good, by gosh, say yeah, and good to hear Brad on there for sure, and all the rest. So. With that, I'll say 7-3, probably we'll hear you in the morning there, I guess. You'll probably be around on the wake-up net. If not, I'll hear you on some other day. So take care, Bob. Have a great evening. What's left of it? VE1 Delta Romeo with the Westcumb Monday night 2 minute out. Victor Echo 1 Foxtrot Oscar X-ray here in 3 Mile Plains. Back to you, Bob. 7-3.
VE1 FOX, VE1 Delta Romeo. Thank you, Curtis. No, I'm going to be busy tomorrow morning. I will be on the first half of the net on Wednesday morning, so we'll probably hear from you then. You have a great night, Curtis, and hopefully you'll check in with Al in the morning. VY2 BIT, good evening, Arthur, VE1 Delta Romeo. I have a note here that the QTH is Stanley Bridge, and also it's off remote, so I'd be interested to know if you're working remote out of Ottawa or if you're local now. Go ahead.
V1DR, this is VY2 BIT, not remote, although it kind of depends on your definition of remote. So good evening, Bob. This is my first time checking in to the Westcumb net in the new season. I'm not too sure why I haven't checked in earlier, like in between September and October, but I have been busy. My move to Prince Edward Island has been done in stages, and I finally moved out of my apartment at the end of September, and moving stuff to PEI. I still have one more, hopefully not more than one more trailer load to bring back to PEI. So I'm here. I'm not in the traditional sense, anyways. I'm talking to you from my QTH in Stanley Bridge in the basement, but the transmitter itself is actually 200 feet away in the garage, and so the link between the house and the garage is an IP link, so going over the local area network. So I guess in a sense it could be called remote, but not in a traditional sense. So I'm not in Ottawa. I'm in Stanley Bridge, and enjoying it. And I look forward to well, maybe next week. Come to think of it, next Monday. Yeah, next Monday I plan to be with my visiting my parents in Florida. So maybe. And I do want to take this rig with me, so if I do check in, I will be remote Whiskey 4. But for tonight, I'm remote I'm not remote, I'm in Stanley Bridge. Back to you, Bob. This is Arthur in VY2BIT in Stanley Bridge, Prince Edward Island.
VY2BIT, VU1 Delta Romeo. Well, you're going to be a local, and that's great. You're going to put down roots, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it in Stanley Bridge. I have never personally been there, but I know people from there, and they all seem to enjoy life there, and I'm sure you will as well. And enjoy your trip to Florida. I'm not sure about the COVID-19 situation. I don't know if they have that under control down there or not, but it was kind of out of hand for a while. VI2 BIT, VU1 Delta Romeo. We are clear, and we're looking for more callers. Come now.
Alpha 1, Mike Delta for a recheck.
EY2, Mike Delta for a recheck. I called you back a couple of times there, but I wasn't getting through. Go ahead, Malcolm.
Checking to see if that's any better there, Bob. I got a fresh battery and a different antenna there now. Just seeing if that's better than my last attempt there.
Oh, yeah, you're 5'9", no problem at all.
Thanks again. Have a good evening. And 7-3, Victor Alpha 1, Mike Delta.
VA1, Mike Delta, VA1 Delta Romeo. I think you're going to be the last caller tonight, but we'll issue the second last call. This is the second last call. We're nearly out of time. It's 2 minutes to the hour. Second last call for the the WARC Monday night net for the 18th of October. Second last call.
This is the VE1 BHS repeater.
Echo 9, Delta Echo November.
CY2 BIT recheck. Did I time out the repeater?
BI2, let's see, what did we have here? BIT, no, you didn't. I got you right to the end of your conversation there. No problem, Arthur. VE9 DEN, VE1 Delta Romeo. Go ahead, sir.
VE1 Delta Romeo. Good evening. VE9 DEN, here Dennis, in Dalhousie, northern part of New Brunswick. Yeah, I'm using the L3 repeater, 145410. And that's about it. I just want to say hi and put my name in the sheet there and say to everyone to have a good week and a good evening and a good night and a good day tomorrow, and I hope everybody's on HF again tomorrow morning. Thanks for calling me in. 7-3, and enjoy the evening. VE1 Delta Romeo. My God, VE9DEN. I think the name is Bob. Over.
VE9DEN, VE1 Delta Romeo. Roger, yeah, the name here is Bob, and we do appreciate your check-in, Dennis, and from Dalhousie. I'll put you in my book here after in my spreadsheet after the net is over here. You have a great night, Best 73. We will issue the last call. This is the last call for the 2-meter wake-up, not the 2-meter wake-up. Let WARC Monday night net, last call.
Victor Echo 1, November Echo Lima.
VE1 NEL, VE1 Delta Romeo.
VE1 Delta Romeo from VE1 NEL. Thanks for calling me in, Bob, and hello. And I heard the last couple calls, so I thought I'd get in and get my name down. I heard Dave earlier gave an update on the weather in Truro, so no need to waste more time with that. I think he hit the nail right on the head. But anyway, just plug it away in the basement, listening to the net, and thanks for calling me in, and thanks for doing the net. Anyway, I'll say 7-3 for now, and maybe we'll try and catch you in the morning. VE1 DR from VE1 NEL.
VE1 NEL, VE1 Delta Romeo. Thank you, Brett. Appreciate your check-in. And from the basement in Truro. You have a great night, sir, and yes, check in the morning if you're able. I'm going to declare that closed. We are out of time. I wish to thank all those who participated this evening. It was great fun. I enjoyed it. I hope everyone else did. I will, let's see, well, it's a different protocol from morning, and I don't have it burned into my brain anymore. So I would like to thank everyone who checked into this net this evening, and thanks to the owners and maintainers who keep the system up and running. This gives us an hour on Monday evenings to conduct a Westcumb net and I shall return in 30 seconds to begin downlinking the repeaters. 73 to all. This is VU1 Delta Romeo, downlinking Moncton.
VU1 Zulu Bravo.
VU1 Zulu Bravo, go ahead, Mike.
Sorry to interrupt there. Would you give VU1 RMJ a shout? Apparently he's tried a few times and wasn't able to get in there. And thanks for doing the net tonight, Bob. VU1 Zulu Bravo.
Sure. Okay, I'll do that. Never heard a squeak from him. VU1 RMJ. Good evening, Robert. VU1 Delta Romeo. VU1 RMJ, VU1 RMJ, VU1 Delta Romeo. Yes, Robert got discouraged. Don't blame him if he tried to get in 2 or 3 times and wasn't recognized. I'm sorry about that, but sometimes it's unavoidable. We will carry on with downlinking. We should have downlinked the IRLT first, but we didn't do that. We'll do that now. VU1DR, downlinking Parsboro. VU1DR, downlinking Hammond Plains.
(7-3) from VE1 PKT. Link off.
VE1DR, downlinking Nutley Mountain. VE1DR, downlinking Harmony Ridge.
E1HAR, link off.
VE1DR, downlinking Charlottetown.
E1CRA, link off.
VE1DR, downlinking Summerside.
E1CFR, link off.
VE1DR, downlinking Sugarloaf.
VE1 BHS. Link off.